Hello everyone, hello, welcome. Welcome back to Dragon Age. Everyone's doing well, good to see you. See you all, Lamia, Nick, hey, you lurkers out there already. I'm excited for this one. Also not sure which side of the screen I'm going to end up being on. Didn't think that far ahead. When we get into game and see how it affects the UI, we'll decide. Hope you're all well. Had to change the schedule around this week, where I was not so well. But, I think that's past.
The Iceman coming.
Iceman! Ice is nice and here early. What's up? How are you doing? You love what happens here when you start a new game? To what are you referring? I played the intro a couple times yesterday for some testing. Kim, what's up, Kim? Good morning, good afternoon. Yes. Welcome, Kim. Thevi, hey. What's happening, Thevi? What's going on? Welcome all. I have sort of pre-designed a character. We're gonna make the character during the character creation. I don't have a save ready or anything. It's more that I know the character we're gonna make because I made her yesterday. Gonna be playing a Nightmare. Gonna be playing a rogue archer. Will become a rogue assassin. Gonna try and stay at range, stay mobile. Nightmare's very tough. Nightmare is very tough. Maybe not so much with the right builds or experience, but I don't really have that. Knight Enchanter, I hear is a pretty invulnerable class when built right. Never played a Knight Enchanter. We'll have one in the party anyways. Ah, the explosion. The intro is pretty cool. I like the intro. Fair bit. We'll get lots of opportunities to talk about the ups and downs. The villain in this game, a lot of people take issue with the villain in this game, and I do too. It's partly who he is and what he represents, and it's partly how he's written and how he plays out in the story. But his introduction is excellent when we get that far. He does have a good intro. We did not play the DLC at the end of Dragon Age 2. I've never had it, never played it, but that is in fact where he comes from. There is a piece of DLC where you side with one person or another, and they either want you to destroy or manipulate a special dark spawn. At any rate, you end up defeating this enemy at the end of the DLC, and then they sort of smile or wink at you at the end. Oh, they're not done. Yeah, they're definitely not done. The DLC enemy is our enemy here. So it was a very weird choice. Large portion of the player base has probably missed out on that, including myself. I've gotten it secondhand. And so there's supposed to be this history and backstory that is so integral to understanding your opponent in this game, or at least adding weight to your opponent's existence. And it comes from a piece of DLC most people probably never played. So, yeah, there's that. I've added 2 mods to the game, 2 small mods, one to save time and one visual. The looting animation in this game involves your player slowly bending down to pick things up every time you loot something. It adds up to hours. In a full playthrough, you will spend hours watching your character animate to bend down and pick things up. So, one of the most popular mods for the game eliminates that animation. You loot things, the loot window pops open. Yay, life can go on. So we've got the quick looting mod installed and some hair textures, just improving the hair textures a little bit. Didn't do anything else. Let's get started. Is that what you were talking about, Iceman? That explosion when you hit new game? That is more than just a visual flair. That is actually a story beat right there, although we'll hear lots more about it. That explosion is the beginning of the story. Baylor guy, how you been? I got your message on Discord the morning of that few streams ago and didn't get to respond to it till later. You said you had good news, and now, yeah, and then you disappeared. What's the good news? I hope the good news is still good. Rogue Archer. Rogues fighters rely on speed and agility rather than heavy armor. The big advantage to a Rogue Archer on Nightmare in particular is damage output, damage output, damage output. And with a good party, you can put up armors and barriers and taunt effectively. The mobility and stealth of a rogue archer and high damage output should make it very doable, even on Nightmare. When the game was new, I've not played any of the DLC for this. When the game was new, I played through it on PlayStation 4. I actually played through it 3 times, and the third time I did play it on Nightmare, so I have done this. But how long ago was that? When did the game launch? Was it early 2015? Might have been right before I started streaming on Twitch, some months before that. I'm gonna be playing on Nightmare for masochists and the truly mad. It doesn't get more challenging than this. There's also a customizable difficulty option where you can tweak individual aspects of the gameplay. I go with Nightmare. The youngest child, the Trevelyan noble house. You grew up in the free marcher city of Ostwick and have enjoyed a life of privilege. With close family ties to the Chantry and many relatives among the priesthood and the Templars, you were always expected to follow a similar path in service of the Maker, regardless of how you feel about the matter personally. Willing or unwilling, you were sent to the Chantry's conclave to assist relatives who sought to make peace between the Templars and mages. It didn't go well. 2014 was at the end, holiday season 2014. I may still have played it, or I may have played it at the end of 14, beginning of 15. I went ahead back into the keep. BioWare games import previous saves. That's at least Mass Effect and the earlier Dragon Age games did. 2 imported from 1. Mass Effect, the entire series, had imports. And it seems on console, even Inquisition had some sort of a save import. Regardless, BioWare created something called the Keep and the Tapestry. And you have to sign in on a website and click through about 80 things to tell the Keep what you did in the previous games. Obviously more convenient than a save import. I don't know why this happened. Maybe they encountered technical hurdles. Maybe there wasn't enough data preserved in the Dragon Age 2 saves from the Dragon Age 1 saves. Whatever the case may be, we ended up with no save imports. So you had to go through a sign-in website. It allows you to create a world state of your own design. All right, that's neat if you want it. If all you want is to import your previous saves, not so much fun. So I did my best to recreate what we have just done in Dragon Age Origins and in Dragon Age 2. I probably goofed a few things, did things from memory that I've done before. We might have done differently this time. See how it all works out. We'll know soon enough. I created this world state yesterday, and it should mostly match what we've done in the recent playthroughs. Character creation comes in a moment. Oh, Baylor guy. Glad to hear it. All right, now I have some notes on the character creation so we can go through this pretty quickly. There is a lot you can do with the character creation. You could spend hours and hours here, and what a lot of people find is they create a character that looks the way they want, they get into game, and it looks a bit different, especially when the character starts being expressive. One of the reasons for that is color. As Densa pointed out, look at the background here for character creation. It's dark green. That is not a neutral color. That affects your perception of the other colors. Having a dark green background for character creation means things, hair, color, brightness, shine, so many things will not look the way they do in character creation when you actually get them in game. And part of that is just the green background color. Who thought that was a good idea? Sure, someone's more of an expert on color palettes and color wheels and how it affects perception, but it affects it. All right. We're going to make some changes. Change the face shape a bit, the complexion. Eye color, going to go with more of a stark blue. Hairstyle. Hairstyles are sort of lacking in the game. There really aren't enough, and there are mods, quite a few mods for hairstyles. One of the reasons I did not apply a hairstyle mod, even though I did put in a hair texture mod, is that the DLC doesn't work with a lot of them. I don't know if there are any of the hairstyle mods that work with the DLC, and we're going to be playing the DLC. Hair colors. Maybe it's the green background and the shine, but that's the blackest black you can get. I don't know how black it actually looks. I wanted some raven hair. I wanted to play with that. But it just, at least here, doesn't look very dark. It really doesn't look like Cassandra's hair looks properly raven haired. Got some good browns. I'm gonna go with this dark red. Blood red, wine red.
I just hope I can help.
Eyes. Change the eyes a bit. Different eyebrows. Change the mouth a little bit. Make the mouth a little bit wider. Make the jawline a little bit stronger. For no particular reason, just gonna shrink a little bit. Jaw size. Oh, why do we like the things we do? And what do we have here? Eyeshadow color. Let's darken it up. Now, I imagine, no, we're not going with white lips. I imagine it's, men making female characters, there's probably a lot of different perceptions. I showed this character off in Discord, and KG was saying, oh, it looks good, but I don't like the lips, they're too dark. Until I'm kind of trying to match the lips to the hair, and there's so much shine in this game on everything that even when you turn the shine down, it's still going to end up shiny. The lips are going to look brighter than that when we actually play the game. And we could take the intensity down, be a little more natural. It's a fantasy game. I don't know. Sometimes it's overdoing things doesn't always work. Just because it's a fantasy game, we don't want everything to be oversaturated. But I like the way this looks. Here she is. Her name.
I am assuming direct control.
What's up, Woo? How are you doing, man? Welcome. Good timing, too. This is the beginning. Right here. Room. Welcome. First scene is very dark. Deliberately because of where you are, but I mean, it's very dark. Poorly lit, hard to see anything. We'll get outside shortly.
Tell me why we shouldn't kill you now. The Conclave is destroyed. Everyone who attended is dead. Except for you.
You can... We'll see it later. The pop-ups, tutorial pop-ups are going to explain some of this. BioWare has, over the years, modified quite a few times their wheel system, dialogue system. And in Inquisition, we're going to have some symbols to indicate the nature of the dialogue choices in some cases and not in others, and you can disable those in the options if you don't want them at all. But this should be familiar, at least somewhat familiar to people who have played BioWare games.
You think I'm responsible?
Explain this.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I don't know what that is, or how it got there.
You're lying!
We need her, Cassandra.
Also, the frame rate seems very poor in these pre-rendered cutscenes, or at least there's hitching. I'm not sure it's an actual low frame rate. But gameplay is pre-tested. Game's well configured right now. Not quite ultra settings. I let NVIDIA tool adjust a few things and then tested it a few times. We should have good, steady frame rates, 60 plus most of the time, in gameplay. And then these cutscenes will hitch a bit anyways. Yay for poor optimization. What the hell is going on?
I don't understand.
Do you remember what happened? How this began?
I remember running. Things were chasing me, and then a woman?
A woman?
She reached out to me, but then...
Go to the forward camp, Liliana. I will take her to the rift.
What did happen?
It will be easier to show you. We call it the Breach. It's a massive rift into the world of demons that grows larger with each passing hour. It's not the only such rift, just the largest. All were caused by the explosion at the Conclave.
An explosion can do that?
This one did. Unless we act, the breach may grow until it swallows the world. Each time the breach expands, your mark spreads, and it is killing you. It may be the key to stopping this, but there isn't much time.
Bet it's nice and bright. Ascat! How are you, man? Got a new monitor. Always nice. It's always nice to have new displays.
You say it may be the key. To doing what?
Closing the breach. Whether that's possible is something we shall discover shortly. It is our only chance, however. And yours.
You still think I did this? To myself?
Not intentionally. Something clearly went wrong.
And if I'm not responsible?
Someone is, and you are our only suspect. You wish to prove your innocence? This is the only way.
I understand.
Then
I'll do what I can. Whatever it takes.
they have decided your guilt. They need it. The people of Haven mourn our most holy, divine Justinia, head of the Chantry. The Conclave was hers. It was a chance for peace between mages and Templars. She brought their leaders together. Now they are dead. We lash out like the sky, but we must think beyond ourselves, as she did. Until the breach is sealed. There will be a trial. I can promise no more. Come. It is not far.
Where are you taking me?
Your mark must be tested on something smaller than the breach.
Alright, we'll have to decide which side of the screen is going to make the most sense. What is this? We're getting a forever loading bug? I can't even tell you. I mean, I tested this like 4, 5, maybe 6 times yesterday when I was messing with things, and it looks like we just hit some sort of weird... Yes, of course! Because we're live now! Of course, because we're live now. You wanna just be awesome like that, game? Oh. Yes! I love bugs. Not a bug, it's a feature! You should be able to see we've got none of that hitching that we had in cutscenes. Things are nice and smooth. First time you can run and jump in a Dragon Age game. I'm a big fan of that. I like running and jumping in games. Searching reveals nearby loot, codex entries, and crafting nodes. One of the things we'll be doing a lot of is this sort of radar ping to see what's around us. The darkness cannot be breached.
Open the gate. We are heading into the valley.
This might work. Where I'm sitting, I'll be covering up a little bit of the map and compass, but not too much of it. And what you're going to see that you don't see yet is the contextual pop-ups of skills that are being used in combat, which will be on the other corner. Hey, Tibor, what's up? You're not late. Hey, KG, what's up? Anyone else just getting here, welcome. And if you're lurking out there today, I hope you have a fantastic lurk. We're starting Inquisition. You're here at the beginning. Cassandra's taking us to the rift, so we can figure out what's going on.
The pulses are coming faster now. The larger the breach grows, the more rifts appear, the more demons we face.
How did I survive the blast?
They said you stepped out of a rift, then fell unconscious. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was. Everything farther in the valley was laid waste, including the Temple of Sacred Ashes. I suppose you'll see soon enough.
Seeing a tiny bit of hitching here that I didn't see during testing yesterday. We'll just let... Okay. All good.
Stay behind me!
Notice how bright and shiny the hair and the lips are, even after turning shine all the way down. how dark things were on the screen. So, wrong side. Look on the lower right corner of the screen where we have our skills. You basically have 4 mapped skills, and then you hold down the left trigger. This is if you're using a gamepad for controls. You have 4 mapped skills. You hold down the left trigger to bring up the alternate set of 4. So you basically have 8 mapped skills, which in most cases is sufficient. It's, we'll get to talk about it more. It's pretty restricted. We can't do most of the things that we'll be able to do in combat for quite a while yet. So I can break off combat with stealth. Eventually we'll have all sorts of damage bonuses attacking from stealth. Take an early note at Cassandra, and you can see the silver bar that's building up over her health bar. That's armor, that's a guard. I'm not sure what they call it, it's been too long. There are no healing spells in this game, per se.
Drop your weapon. Now!
Potions, barriers, armor, various things, but not healing spells. Mages will not just be healing the party like that. Cassandra's pissed that we're armed. Basically her prisoner.
All right. Have it your way.
Wait. I cannot protect you. And I cannot expect you to be defenseless. I should remember you agreed to come willingly.
Ah, keep that in mind.
Take these potions. Make a nose
So, she hasn't finished giving them to us yet.
face.
Finished giving us the potions yet? Did I goof it up?
At the forward camp.
Actually supposed to have 8 potions now after she says, here, take these potions. It appears I have 0. I wonder if I somehow goofed it up by bringing up the wheel while she was giving them out. Here, take these potions that she didn't give us. Awesome. Thanks for the not potions. It's gonna be so easy to get through the next fights with 0 potions on Nightmare. Awesome. This is, well, we're gonna die. We have, any kind of good autosave. The game autosaves. I don't remember what the manual save system is like. But presumably the autosaves will enough most of the time. We have access to the inventory. It bugs sometimes. I didn't know that. KG, you've got more than 1,000 hours in this game, don't you? I don't have quite that much. I had 3 playthroughs when it was brand new, and I haven't played it since. Abilities consume mana and stamina for powerful combat effects. Most abilities require time to pass before reuse.
Watch out! If we flank them, we may gain the advantage.
Alright, did you see the target switch? I'm gonna lock onto this target. I don't spread my damage out more than... It just change anyways? Did I flick the stick? I thought I was locked on! Careful trying to turn the camera when you're locked on. You'll actually flick between targets. Again, you can see Cassandra building up guard as she fights. The more she fights, the better her defense gets. Unless she's getting a huge beatdown at the time. There's no sprint, is there? Just max run speed. Nice as sprinting would be. Elf fruit, gathering resources. Gather herbs and metals out in the wild. Use them to craft upgrades to your gear and potions. Explore and find as many varieties as you can. So many things I'm gonna have to relearn. I have some vague memory of each zone. Do you have a certain number of potions? Does it affect... Is it somehow tied to what you found in that region? Ah.
Up on the hill. It attacks from a distance. Die!
Hey, Graham, what's up? I could really do without the ping mechanic. Already loving the small mod to take out the loot animation, though. Remember that being frustrating. Even years later, I have this visceral memory of frustration with watching the loot animation. Guardian, what's going on? What's up besides me? The rift in the sky has been ripped open. Ow! Cassandra! Protect me, minion! Fine, do your thing. Just do your thing. Please. Taunt. Do it all. I think that's the shade I was fighting. Who's put up a barrier. Health is already down on that Wraith, but the barrier was giving him an extra bit of life. Now, since something bugged and Cassandra did not give me the 8 potions I'm supposed to have, and I have 0, you notice my health doesn't go up in between fights, and there's no healing spell, and this should be interesting. Grem! Grem. Ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer. Is there no quick save in the game? I know there's autosave. Is there no quick save? It'd be really nice to have those potions. There's a fight coming up that is difficult, truly difficult. And you can see, yeah, the rift, and I don't have any health.
We must help them.
There's a very good chance we're gonna have to replay this intro sequence and hope that it doesn't bug and Cassandra actually hands out the potions that we're supposed to have. F5 for quick save. Yeah, I'm hitting F5. There's no indication on the screen that it's actually quick saving though. Could be because gamepad controls in this case do not overlap. You can actually not use the mouse and keyboard for anything when you have gamepad controls enabled. Yes, F5, F5, F5. I'm well aware F5 is a standard quick save in PC games, so thank you for the reminder. Totally haven't been doing it for decades. What I mean is, does the game even have it when you're playing with gamepad? It does not look like it. It does not look like it. Sergeant Death, why did you choose Archer over dual weapons? I like the range and mobility. On Nightmare, getting up close and personal is really, really painful with the Rogue. Rogue does not have good defenses, even though I still have stealth, and I'll be able later to move around the battlefield, even as I like dual wielding a whole lot. Yeah, playing gamepad on PC, hence all the on-screen gamepad prompts. It's a comfort thing. I spent way too many years of my life playing keyboard and mouse games.
Quickly, before more come through!
What did you do?
I did nothing. The credit is yours.
I closed that thing. How?
Whatever magic opened the breach in the sky also placed that mark upon your hand. I theorized the mark might be able to close the rifts that have opened in the breach's wake. And it seems I was correct.
Meaning it could also close the breach itself.
Possibly. It seems you hold the key to our salvation.
Good to know. Here I thought we'd be ass-deep in demons forever. Varric Tethras, rogue, storyteller, and occasionally unwelcome tag-along.
Hey, Varric, you certainly look like you're with the Chantry.
Are you with the Chantry, or...
Come on, chair.
Was that a serious question?
Technically, I'm a prisoner, just like you.
I brought you here to tell your story to the Divine. Clearly, that is no longer necessary.
Yet, here I am. Lucky for you, considering current events.
That's a nice crossbow you have there.
Isn't she? Bianca and I have been through a lot together.
You named your crossbow Bianca.
Of course. And she'll be great company in the valley.
Absolutely not. Your help is appreciated, Varric, but...
Have you been in the valley lately, Seeker? Your soldiers aren't in control anymore. You need me.
Ugh.
My name is Solus, if there are to be introductions. I am pleased to see you still live.
He means I kept that mark from killing you while you slept.
You seem to know a great deal about it all.
Solus is an apostate, well-versed in such matters.
Technically, all mages are now apostates, Cassandra. My travels have allowed me to learn much of the Fade, far beyond the experience of any circle mage. I came to offer whatever help I can give with the breach. If it is not closed, we are all doomed regardless of origin.
And what will you do once this is over?
One hopes those in power will remember who helped, and who did not. Cassandra, you should know, the magic involved here is unlike any I've seen. Your prisoner is no mage. Indeed, I find it difficult to imagine any mage having such power.
Understood. We must get to the forward camp quickly.
Well... Bianca's excited.
She's back in action. Of course she's excited.
This way, down the bank. The road
Still no potions.
ahead is blocked.
We must move quickly.
That bug is gonna burn us. I really hope we don't have to replay the whole intro because of that. Later on, we'll have different camps. We'll be able to replenish our potions at those camps. We don't have anything of the sort now. There is no way to replenish these potions besides rolling back to the start of the game and hoping it doesn't bug when you're supposed to hand them out. Get to the forward camp and you can get some. Exactly, but do we get a forward camp before our first big fight? One that turns a lot of people off on playing on Nightmare. In-game speech seems to be a bit low. How about overall game audio? Is it just speech? And can anyone, is that, if it were just Nick, so Nick saying the speech is a little low, what is everybody perceiving here? Enable subtitles, let's go. Yeah, I was already on everything. Subtitle size. Dynamic range, I'm going to flatten the dynamic range. That could also help a little bit. Sometimes there's too much in the sound for everything to just be encoded fine. Forward camp is just before you get to the temple. All right, well, we should be okay then. We should be okay. Speech is low, rest is fine. So what we'll do is I can turn the game up a little bit after dropping some of the other elements just to change the balance a bit. I can make the overall game louder here pretty easily. Pick it up a few decibels in OBS. me know if that gets to be too loud, and let me know how that balance turns out when we get back into play. I'll drop a save in here too, since we're not getting, I already did, since we're not getting quick saves. Gamepad, seems like a bit of an oversight. Even
Demons ahead.
Glad you brought me
Mass
down,
Effect 3 had
Seeker.
quick save on the gamepad on consoles. It was mapped to select. Would have been nice to keep that. So we don't have party control yet, do we, at all, besides some very basic commands? I don't remember when that kicks in. There, kicks in right now. To enter tactical camera mode. That's what they did with select on gamepads. On the mouse wheel, you would scroll out. Helps you better evaluate nearby enemies and plan your strategy. Tactical camera. Let's see what they've done. I don't remember too much of how they handled this. I need to relearn. Cycle through targets. Switch control between your party members. Right. Ah, an advanced time all in tactical camera mode. But to switch, I want to actually switch between party members. Not targets, party members. Hey, Prestige, what's up? No, seriously, how do I switch between my targets, between my party members? To be lacking that. Turning on tactical mode is fine. Switching party members. Am I not allowed to switch party members yet? Alright. Should have pre-played a little of this just to relearn the console method of tactical control. You cannot overlap. Again, you can't use mouse and keyboard when you're in gamepad mode, so it's not like I can mix and match. Click the right stick seems to be switching between enemy targets, but not party members. Could be it's just not open to us yet. This is all tutorial stuff, so. Clicking the analog sticks, no. Clicking the analog sticks, no. Left or right switches targets. Bumpers still bring up the wheel. All right, we'll get to it. It's all good. You know what? Or I'm gonna get just slaughtered here. Because I absolutely don't have control over it yet. You change companion. Oh, D-pad! D-pads, thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Prestige. That's what I needed, man. That's what I needed. Still almost dead, though, from floundering about for a minute. Dry's getting killed. Let's get... What about a full party selection? Do a hold of any sort to get everyone? Alright. Now we're in business. Let's get everyone on Jiraiya's current target. See if I can save her life. Interesting, if I target the Inquisitor, it'll switch to defend. Let's see how that all plays out. Alright, we'll relearn him. I'll relearn him. Probably gonna die here. That's okay. Revive fallen party members.
Make it take you!
Can I actually do that effectively while being attacked? No, it doesn't look like it.
Save Eric!
When we get to level up a little later, we start looking at what skills everyone has, tactics that can be put in place. Hopefully it won't devolve into such a mess. We are probably just going to party wipe here. I'm not too worried about it. I need to relearn how to play, so I think these deaths are quite expected.
I'm injured.
She's not going to be able to build up guard. Her shield wall's not going to do anything here. She's going to die. She's going to die. And just leave that guy with a fraction of health. So... Alright. Would be really nice to have those potions we're supposed to have. We're gonna have to do without them. Thank you, Prestige. D-pad. And I can switch between them right now. I don't know if the gamepad has a good method for selecting the whole party.
Now, Seeker?
Be nice for putting everyone on the same target. Alright, thanks. Thanks. Let's get Cassandra down on the ground. You're not having that as an option. Get Solus at a bit of a distance, but in range. Likewise with Varric. Hopefully they will all come under fire. Start auto-attacking. Then the Inquisitor. Why can I not get... Ah, there we go. Too far away. Come out of stealth there. Let's get these rates down ASAP. Ah, my target just switched. And I was locked on the one in the distance, too. Get these rates down. We're meant to go up that way? Or loot down this way? I don't know, maybe it's the other way around. Do we have a good map yet? Go up to the forward camp there. What's down this way? Explore a little bit. An alternate way to the forward camp. Navigation. Oh, yeah.
So, are you innocent?
I don't remember what happened.
That'll get you every time. Should have spun a story.
That's what you would have done.
It's more believable and less prone to result in premature execution.
Someone full aggro off of Jirai. Okay, so this is where we're gonna have to start using tactical camera immediately. Part of why I did not go dual wielding. Start of the game on Nightmare is gonna be a lot harder than later game. Some of that should be obvious. You'll get a lot more powerful. So you'll have a lot more you can do later game, but regardless, I don't want to ever be tanking. Ever! I I can break off combat as long as my stealth is cooled down. Sandra's falling. Oh, that's not good. And I can't, she's got a tiny bit of guard. But I can't really heal her or do much because I don't have any potions. She didn't actually give any. She said, here, take these potions, and gave none. The barrier around the Inquisitor. Solus put up that barrier. Solus is now taking the brunt of this attack. I think he's got, shit, he's got a Wraith on him. These are terribly wounded party.
She's resourceful, Seeker.
Yeah, she's a lot
We
tougher
will
than our
see
party
for
right
ourselves
now.
at the forward camp. We're almost there.
Diana will be there. She's got plot armor. We don't. Prestige it bugged. I never got any. I'm not actually out of potions. I was never given any.
Another rift!
We must seal it! Quickly!
So, this is the fight we're not going to be able to get through without potions, I
Help
fear.
us!
Isn't it? No, this isn't even the one. Alright, I screwed up. I walked into this fight unprepared, and now the Wraiths are going to trash my party members really fast. Let's see what I can do here. Was there a second Wraith? Can I go up and disrupt the rift while they're busy?
Hurry! Use the mark!
Not quite, I was thinking of. Good! Woo! Alright. We're not doomed! Your character is leveled up. This increases your health and stats automatically and awards you 1 ability point to use. In the hero menu. Okay. Two points to spend. Welcome to the skill trees. Double daggers. I do love dual wielding, but this is going to be a rogue archer assassin. We're going to stay most of the time at distance from our targets. Maybe closing in briefly, but then fading back out. Archery. Sabotage. Poisons and traps. Subterfuge. I don't even begin to remember what I'm going to need to do to make an effective rogue assassin for Nightmare. But we'll look at this stuff together. You have options for respecking in the game too. Another thing I don't remember. Hello, Simpika. How are you doing? All right. Active abilities, passive abilities. A lot of these will resemble skills that existed in the previous games. Stealth we've already got. 2 upgrades to stealth. Lost in the shadows. You live in the darkness. Entering stealth is now instant. Removes all debilitating effects on you. While in stealth, you can even pass through enemies without being detected. You're going to want all of these things. Can't quite get them all, but come on. Why can I not toggle upgrade? Clinging shadows. You remain in stealth for a short time after attacking or taking damage. Clinging shadow. Evasion. They can't hit what they can't see. Your deceptive fighting style gives you a chance to dodge enemy attacks, taking no damage. Chance to activate 10%. Also get more dex. Interesting how they took some of the attribute points that you would manually level up before, and they bound them to different skills. You get cunning for taking easy to miss, 3 points of cunning. Or dexterity, 3 points of dex for taking evasion. Hidden step, I think I remember that. Enemies will swear you're still there, attacking empty air and hurting nobody but themselves as you leap away. Yeah, evade. You leap away from incoming attacks. That's going to be one of our bigs that we need as soon as possible to be able to get away from things. Ambush. While you're in stealth and shortly after leaving it, your attacks ignore some of your target's armor. Shadow Strike. Knockout Powder. Just glancing through it all, we're definitely going to want to take stuff from Subterfuge early. Amulets you can buy for respec. I'm not sure I ever ended up doing that. Death from above. Long shot. So we've got long shot. Archer's Lance lets the long shot rip through every enemy along the path. You position yourself well on the battlefield. You get a lot of extra damage from doing that. Long shot does even more damage at greater ranges. Eagle Eye. Leaping shot. Along with evasion, leaping shot is great. Also like an evasion, but this time you do damage. 50% of weapon damage. Damage per hit. 12 projectiles. Hail of arrows. And we're trying to close with you. Death from above. Bonus damage when you're at elevation. So, Prestige. Talking about throwing knives. Where is that even? Poisoned weapons is huge, especially on Nightmare. Being able to do additional damage even when you don't have to keep firing. Doing damage over time is big. What are you looking for? Prestige. Throwing blades. You hurl a group of knives at a nearby target's, ripping through their armor and leaving it sundered. Maybe. Maybe, I'm not sure. I took that. Draven, what's going on? Welcome, how are you? Toxic Cloud. It beats walking. You can use hook and tackle with no stamina. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much of this subterfuge, sabotage tree I want to actually take. Subterfuge, yes. Sabotage, some. Like poisoned weapons. And then the upgrades to poison weapons, more damage bonus, and you gain health when you attack enemies with poisoned weapons active. So that'll be huge. I think at the very least we're going to want the poisoned weapons out of that tree. Draven, you leave for Arizona on Thursday? Entropic, brother, greetings. So, Draven, are you excited? Lamia, the one thing I did change, I'm using my old chair, so I don't know if the height is different or the angle is different or what. But I was wondering if I've been struggling to adjust the chair I've been using comfortably lately. And I think it might have been some of my physical frustrations. So I'm at least experimenting with that. Going back to the chair I used for, well, I sat in for about 13 years, but I also sat in for the first year of the stream. I'm using that today, see if it lends me any greater comfort. So what do we begin with? More archery skills, some stealth skills. I want to get evasion as quickly as possible. I want it all! Man, I want it all. Couldn't I just have like 10 things now to get me started? I want to get to evade as quickly as possible. What about upgrades? Talk to me about these upgrades. We can eventually purchase both like we could in previous Dragon Age games, right? We don't get locked into one or the other upgrade choice. Do we? Just requires another point spent, doesn't it? Lost in the Shadows. Yeah, there's the answer. And evasion. Characters. So, you don't have control over leveling the other characters yet? Do I need to change something in options? Hey, I got my health back too for leveling.
We're clear for the moment. Well done.
Whatever that thing on your hand is, it's useful.
You can only choose one. But why? I want them all. Refill potions at supply caches. There we go, at least that worked. Celador, hey, how's it going? Saw Celador in chat yesterday when we were supposed to be here all for a stream. Sorry again about that. I was just feeling really sick on Sunday and decided to rest up yesterday, change the schedule around. So there'll be streams today and tomorrow. They're both going to be early streams. Tomorrow's stream is going to be the same time as today. It's all in the schedule.
Here they come.
Take Thursday off. Still aiming for 24 hours on Friday.
Chancellor Roderick, this is...
I know who she is. As Grand Chancellor of the Chantry, I hereby order you to take this criminal to Val Royeaux to face execution.
Order me? You are a glorified clerk, a bureaucrat.
And you are a thug, but a thug who supposedly serves the Chantry.
We serve the most holy, Chancellor. As you well know.
Justinia is dead! We must elect a replacement and obey her orders on the matter.
Don't talk about me like I'm not here.
You shouldn't even be here! Call a retreat, Seeker. Our position here is hopeless.
We can stop this before it's too late.
How? You won't survive long enough to reach the temple, even with all your soldiers.
We must get to the temple. It's the quickest route.
But not the safest. Our forces can charge as a distraction while we go through the mountains.
We lost contact with an entire squad on that path. It's too risky.
Listen to me. Abandon this now, before more lives are lost.
How do you think we should proceed?
Now you're asking me what I think.
You have the mark?
And you are the one we must keep alive. Since we cannot agree on our own...
Charge with the soldiers or take the mountain path. Careful sustained assault. Soldiers will stand with you to ensure arrival. Scouts in the pass may be lost. Or take the mountain path, fast but indirect. Soldiers will act as a distraction elsewhere. Problem will be addressed sooner, but there may be casualties. Fast but indirect. In other words, casualties on both sides. Which casualties do you prefer?
Use the mountain path. Work together. You all know what's at stake.
Liliana, bring everyone left in the valley. Everyone.
On your head be the consequences, Seeker.
Trying not to let the performance drag in cutscenes versus actual gameplay, which is smooth. Trying not to let that get to me, but it is stark. And I don't remember it on consoles either. So far, feels like a PC port thing. Cutscene's over. Work again. All right. I'll look at what I just took here, though. So I removed debilitating effects, pass through enemies while in stealth. And what I don't get, clinging shadows, remaining in stealth for a short time after attacking or taking damage. Nice as that might be. We can talk about what would be a more optimized build later after I end up with one that does or doesn't work.
The tunnel should be just ahead. The path to the temple lies just beyond it.
What manner of tunnel is this? A mine?
part of an old mining complex. These mountains are full of such paths.
And your missing soldiers are in there somewhere?
Along with whatever has detained them.
We shall see soon enough.
Where's everyone? They here yet? Are they just really slow? I'm coming back outside until they get here. Come on, where's everyone? Hello, team. Hello. Don't make me use tactical mode to get you guys to actually follow me over here. They won't follow me when I'm in stealth? Alright, fair enough. So, it should be a little early in the game to have to worry too much about heavy positioning and tactics. A little basic positioning and tactics should work pretty well. All the same, we could start to play into it. I'm gonna have a lot of getting used to the camera to do. Put Cassandra here in a choke point. Let's put Solus, Varric. Going into stealth, attacking the Wraith from stealth. Got a nice damage bonus on the Wraith. There's another Wraith as Cassandra flanked, but Wraith put up a barrier. Celador, not sure I follow. What are we talking about? Play any old RPG, mess with the screen resolution. Was that, did I say something that was a response to? I can't place it. Well, did I not get evade? Did I just not really notice it? Ah, switch targets. I didn't lock on to the Wraith. So when I used my good attack, the one good attack I've got right now, it didn't go to the Wraith. It's also got the barrier up. Maybe I never mapped it. Let me go look at evasion that I thought I bought into. I figured it would have auto-mapped if I didn't have anything filling the slots already. can I not assign it? We're going to be talking tactics soon enough. Some features on this screen currently unavailable because I'm in combat still. Great combat. Thank you. Let's try that again. Why can I not assign that? Relearning from scratch, yay. Old Snake, hello. Snack. Snack. Tactics map to battle menu. Is that what I was looking for? Oh, evasion was not, I'm not thinking very clearly at all. That was my passive, not my evade. Oh, I didn't take evade yet. That would do it. I took evasion, not evade. Evasion, not evade. Yeah, similar names. I'll have evade soon enough. Correct, Prestige. I've never played the DLCs. When this game came out, I got it on PS4, played through it a few times, and it was all before the DLC came out. By the time it did, I had burned out on the game.
Yes, we found the soldiers.
That cannot be all of them.
So the others could be holed up ahead.
Our priority must be the breach. Unless we seal it soon, no one is safe.
I'm leaving that to the lady with the glowing hand.
You see these green splotches? We're gonna have more spawns at those points. We are gonna be closing a lot of rifts in this game. You're gonna see that pattern repeated over and over and over again. Choice. If your party has good control and you're not being attacked, you can often get in and disrupt a rift before combat is finished. Figuring out when you have a good opportunity to do that. Disrupting a rift is sort of like a debuff on everything. Closing the Fade Rift, that was... require that all the enemies be dead? So much to learn again.
Sealed, as before. You are becoming quite proficient at this.
Let's hope it works on the big one.
Old Snake, hold that thought for a minute.
Thank the Maker you finally arrived, Lady Cassandra. I don't think we could have held out much longer.
Thank our prisoner, Lieutenant. She insisted we come this way.
The prisoner? Then you...
Closing rifts and saving soldiers. It's what I do.
Then you have my sincere gratitude.
The way into the valley behind us is clear for the moment. Go, while you still can.
At once. Quickly, let's move!
The path ahead appears to be clear of demons as well.
Let's hurry before that changes.
Alright. Old
Down
Snake.
the ladder. That's the way to the temple.
Unfortunately, my first response to your OBS and traffic connection question is that having someone on your network watching Netflix while you're streaming, even though one is primarily traffic coming in and one is primarily traffic going out, and they shouldn't have a huge impact on each other. Netflix is pretty traffic heavy, so depending on the nature of your network, equipment, who's doing what, you may just have problems. You said if you have connection problems while watching other people, presumably watching Netflix, is that what the low latency option is for? I'm not sure I'm familiar with the low latency option in OBS, but I would be surprised if there's much you can actually do in OBS to mitigate traffic problems you might have because of other things going on the network at the same time. So maybe there's stuff I just don't know there. Happy to take questions. If you want to bounce any more questions off of chat or myself, we can do that. Veracruz, you can never play a rogue class in these games. Always ended up a mage. Yeah, well, you know, role-playing games, you get to do your thing. I like being able to open chests as a rogue, and on Nightmare in particular, I do like having the range from targets. Oh, fuck! Climb down. Nice job. I'll tell you, Old Snake, I am really picky about traffic on my network when I'm streaming. I won't even open links. Somebody sends me a YouTube link. They're like, hey, Jay, check this out. I won't even open that during the stream. It's not that there should be a problem. It's that there can be a problem. I don't want to add potential disruptions. Also, my ISP swapped out my modem the other day, and the new one's not working as well.
If enough magic is brought to bear,
in some ways,
it is possible.
But there are easier ways to make things explode.
That is true.
We will consider how this happened once the immediate danger is past.
KG, thank you for the advanced tips on when to play through the DLC. I could probably use a reminder on that too. You said, let me scroll back a little bit. Deep Road somewhere in the middle, Jaws of Hakon before the last two missions. And then you say, of course, Trespassers after the main game. You say, of course. I say, thank you for pointing that out, or I wouldn't have known. So remember, there was this huge explosion. Everyone was killed. We were the only survivor.
Temple of Sacred Ashes.
What's left of it?
That's what we're
That is where you
coming
walked
to.
out of the Fade, and our soldiers found you. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was.
Now these 8 potions that I've got, if we wanted... Oh, the health bars appeared and disappeared. If we wanted to heal up 2 party members, we would have to use 2 potions out of our 8. I'm not going to heal anyone quite yet. Sergeant Death, you just double checked, and with the ability upgrades, you can toggle between which ones you want to use. You just can't be in combat. Awesome. Sergeant Death, that's awesome. That's a reasonable compromise between forcing you to pick a path and yeah. I'm alright with that. Look at the remains. People that were here. More of the green glowy stuff. Sign that the veil is torn. You can set the HUD to always be on. I'm not sure I really want it. I sometimes want the HUD on when it's off. I'd rather have a clean view of the world. Mostly. I don't have a better bow yet. Have any better armor yet? Slightly better helmet. Oh, much better helmet. A cowl. But requires Elf Dwarf for human level 6. Can't wear the cowl. Not too bad. Okay. Considering BioWare figured out how to do a quick save on the controller in Mass Effect 3, would have been nice if they could have kept that for Inquisition, but instead it brings up the tactical menu. I guess we did need some button for that on the gamepad. Hey, Steph, what's up?
Breach is a long way up.
You're here. Thank the Maker.
Leliana, have your men take up positions around the temple. This is your chance to end this. Are you ready?
I'll try, but I don't know if I can reach that, much less close it.
No. This rift was the first, and it is the key. Seal it, and perhaps we seal the breach.
Then let's find a way down. And be careful.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe Bull. Sarah or Bull. Pretty much everyone in this game. Pretty much everyone in this game is a big stick up their butt. Except Sarah and maybe a few
What are we
others.
hearing?
At a guess, the person who created the breach.
Ooh, Solus, good guess. And Red Lyrium.
You know this stuff is red lyrium, Seeker.
Oh.
I see it, Varric.
But what's it doing here?
Magic could have drawn on lyrium beneath the temple, corrupted it.
It's evil. Whatever you do, don't touch it.
Keep the sacrifice still.
Someone help me! That is Divine Justinia's voice.
Try not just the stack saves, I gotta start scrolling down a bit and just overwriting them. Really, no gamepad quick save.
Someone help me!
What's going on here?
That was your voice. Most Holy called out to you, but...
What's going on here?
Run while you can! Hold them!
We have an intruder. Kill her, now.
You were there! Who attacked? And the Divine, is she... Was this vision true? What are we seeing?
I don't remember.
Echoes of what happened here. The Fade bleeds into this place. This rift is not sealed, but it is closed, albeit temporarily. I believe that with the mark, the rift can be opened, and then sealed properly and safely. However, opening the rift will likely attract attention from the other side.
That means demons! Stand ready!
Demons! Hey, boss!
No!
Exact Prestige, that's exactly what I was thinking. Egon! Demons! Meet the Pride Demon. Pride Demon. I believe there will be ads as well, or is it just the Pride Demon? This is the first fight that really crushes people on Nightmare. Electricity resistance, sleep immunity, freeze and paralysis, immunity, physical effects, immunity, perceptive, whatever perceptive is. You will see layers of defenses. Boss fights in Inquisition are pretty damn cool and very hard on Nightmare. The dragon fights in this game are epic. We won't be getting to those for a while yet. Are there 12 of them? Are there more than 12 of them? Hey, Mike, what's up? This first fight, if you can get through this first fight, you'll probably be all right, because it'll teach you a number of things like patience and letting your tanks tank. In this case, Cassandra is going to need to taunt and build guard, and you just can't rush this fight. If I remember right, rushing it is not a thing that's going to work here. You do, fortunately, have potions now, unlike the first part of the game where we were supposed to. I'm going to let most of my characters do their thing. I could try to position them a little better, but the Pride Demon will move around. So regardless of how I position anyone, all right. Backing it up to Origins for a second. I love the isometric view on PC, being able to micromanage the party and their positioning, and a lot of that was changed through Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition. The tactical control that they made such a big deal out of bringing back into the game is not quite the same as it used to be, though the results are different, and I don't find it as satisfying as Origins' tactical system. That being said, game worth $16? Yeah! Damn straight it is.
We must strip its defenses. Wear it down.
So you see the armor on the Pride Demon. We basically have multiple health bars. First, we've got to wear down his armor, which I can barely do. Do you see anything happening to his armor? Switch over. What can Cassandra do? Not have her... I'd have to re-familiarize with all these tactics. Shield wall, does she not have that up already? The shield wall help her build guard. You can see she's got a bit of armor building up as well. Anyways, this is going to take a little while. Or do I actually... Maybe I strip the defenses by disrupting the rift?
Disrupt the rift!
Does disrupting the Fade Rift will damage demons.
The demon
There we
is
go.
vulnerable.
Okay, that stripped his armor. Yay for relearning everything. Now, I might be doing more damage than some of the others. I don't want to draw aggro. Go back to stealth, see if I can get a damage damage bonus by attacking from stealth. Not so much. All right, Solus's barrier just got stripped. Where is Solus? Let's check everyone. Varric's still at range. Solus still at range. That's good. It's good. All right. No change of plans quite yet. I should be saving that evasion for if I actually need to get out of combat, rather than trying to use it at this point for a defensive, for an offensive bonus. Cassandra just lost her guard that she was building. Cassandra's in big trouble. Big trouble. Let's have her use that potion. Someone's tactic already had them use a potion. Someone has tactics in place by which they are already using a potion. Healing potion. Thank you. Did I get close enough to take splash damage? Electric damage. All right, now we've got ads. On top of everything else, now we've got ads. If I could go back to disrupt the rift again, that might knock out the ads. Pride Demon has not put his armor back up yet. I certainly don't want aggro from these ads, though. So let's stealth. See who the ads go to. What I might want to do is get a little assistance. Say, have Solus target one of these ads while I target one of these ads. Eric just got knocked the fuck out, and I didn't even see what did it. Voluntarily, everyone has switched to the ads, and I think that's good. Lesser Shade needs to go. The one that's almost dead is the one that really needs to go.
Message coming in.
Okay, Pride Demon, I should have noticed, already had his armor back up. Hey, Spider! Man, how was the photo stream? Thank you for the host. Everybody check out the Bearded Spider. Does game streams and photo streams. He is a pro photographer, as well as an excellent gamer. Give him a follow, check him out. What's going on, Spider? Should be able to get Varric back up. Where is Varric? Where did he fall? Crap. Cassandra's building her guard back up. Solus is applying his barrier. Oh, shit. Okay. Let's see if we're just about out of potions. The Pride Demon is very injured. That's good. However, I can't afford to draw aggro. I think the Pride Demon put his armor back up. I'm gonna go ahead and disrupt the rift. Shit, we lost Cassandra. That's very bad. Huge bad. All kinds of bad. That's probably our party wipe right there. We just lost our tank. I'm gonna try and get over there to bring Cassandra back up. In fact, I'm gonna try and use Solus to do it. Cross your fingers. Let's get Cassandra back up. All right, and let's have Cassandra. If there's one potion left, let's have her take it. Let's have Solus, if he can. Let's have Solus get the hell out of Dodge. Put some distance between him and the Pride Demon. Where am I? We're out of healing. Cassandra can stay up for a little while. We might still do this. Ow! Hey, what's up with that? Cassandra's down again. Excellent. Can I... Hey, unlock, unlock! Can I disrupt again? Maybe stun the Pride Demon?
Now! Seal the rift!
Oh, yes! Seal the rift!
Do it!
Do it! Austrias, how you been?
Oh. I didn't know you were awake, I swear.
Why are you frightened? What happened?
That's wrong, isn't it? I said the wrong thing.
I don't think so.
I beg your forgiveness and your blessing. I am but a humble servant. You are back in Haven, my lady. They say you saved us. The breach stopped growing, just like the mark on your hand. It's all anyone has talked about for the last 3 days.
So you're saying they're happy with me?
I'm only saying what I heard. I didn't mean anything by it. I'm certain Lady Cassandra would want to know you've wakened. She said, at once.
And where is she?
In the Chantry, with the Lord Chancellor. At once, she said.
At once. Austrias, you've been on a roller coaster of feelings, but it's fine. You also started Inquisition. Awesome. Yeah, it's been a while now since I've played it. Special items, Bow of the Dragon. If I remember right, some of these items are good, but look really silly. Gave me a bunch of stuff. Stuff. Bow of the Dragon. Item level 5. Restriction, not Varric. Rogue only. Item level 5, requirement level 1. Yeah, definitely equip a better bow. It's the armor. Whoa, okay, I have not seen some of this. This must be from DLC related. Game of the Year edition, right? I know I've not seen that. Okay. Stone Bear. Oh, nice. I like that. I think I like that. The bow, look at how silly the bow looks. Okay, I'm going to use it for now because it's stronger, but look how corny that bow looks. Huh. Novastrius, you didn't know whether to play Witcher 3 DLC first or Inquisition? This I remember. Medium armor of the dragon. That and the bow I remember. You know, I'm a sucker for skin. I'm not sure it looks right on the character. Yeah, armor. How about some armor? Blah, blah, blah. You can change this stuff up. For schematics, you get to craft a lot of your own gear if you want in this game, which is pretty cool. Later on, some of the more powerful stuff, or is it even the most powerful stuff, can be crafted. Patient observations. Vain hope. Someone better at this than me takes over before the survivor expires. Notes in case. Day 1. Clammy, shallow breathing. Pulse over fast. Not responsive. Pupils dilated. Age says her scarring mark is thrumming with unknown magic. Wish we could station a Templar in here just in case. A few minutes. We're going to take our first break. Playing for 8 hours today. We're going to take our first break here coming up. Oh, they really were all waiting for us. Hello. Reach in the sky. Hasn't gone anywhere. Continues to grow. Everyone is gathered here for.
That's her. That's the Herald of Andraste. They said when she came out of the Fade, Andraste herself was watching over her.
Hush. We shouldn't disturb her.
They say a lot of
Why did
things.
Lady Cassandra have her in chains? I thought Seekers knew everything.
It's complicated. We were all frightened after the explosion at the Conclave.
That's her. She stopped the breach from getting any bigger.
I heard she was supposed to close it entirely. Still, it's more than anyone else has done. Demons would have had us otherwise.
They said she stopped the breach from growing bigger. Guess it has been stalled, yeah?
Cracks in the sky.
It was growing so quickly it would have overtaken the world. Now we've been bought some time. Must have missed one of the patient observations. Day 3, less thrashing. Some response to stimulus. Vitals seem solid. 2 attempts so far by locals to break into the chantry to kill my patient. All this work to save her life? Will they just execute her? We'll inform Lady Cassandra I expect her to wake before the morn.
Good luck sealing those rifts.
Double back, see if we can find number 2 real quick.
Blessings upon you, Herald of Andraste.
May her be with you.
How would the notes be in different places? Wouldn't all the notes be... Ah, never mind. Alright, I don't know where number 2 would be.
Blessings upon you, Herald of Andraste.
Walk safely, Herald of Andraste.
Blessings upon you, Herald of Andraste.
Singing Maiden. You ever heard this story of King Bedwyr? Bedwyr, like most kings, was a man of great pride who expected nothing but complete loyalty from his subjects. He believed the best way to achieve this was through fear. After all, those who feared him would never cross him or question his rule. Most importantly, those who feared him would always seek to please him. Bedwyr cultivated terror in his subordinates through the gleeful and unrestrained use of a contraption referred to as the Maiden. The Maiden was a hinged iron casket as high and wide and deep as a man, with vicious spikes within, meant to pierce through the poor soul locked into it. Bedwyr's Maiden was a prized possession and stood in a place of honor in his throne room, often with a screaming victim inside it. Political rivals, suspected assassins, treasonous ministers, the Maiden consumed them all. But as time passed, more people were given to the Maiden for increasingly trivial offenses. The cook for over-salting the king's food, the page boy for dropping his sword. The Maiden cast a pall over the kingdom, and its people prayed for deliverance from their cruel king. Then one day, a strange woman rode into the city. She called herself Ember and was an emissary from a far-off land. Her leaders had heard, she said, of Bedwyr's wisdom and authority, and she sought the king's counsel. The thought that he had earned the adulation of brother kings across the sea made Bedwyr swell with pride, and he granted Ember an audience. They dined and danced, and through it all, Ember flattered and fawned on the king. At the end of the night, Ember asked to see the Maiden, the infamous device that had given Bedwyr all his power. The king, giddy with praise, proudly presented Ember with the empty contraption. Ember looked at the Maiden, sighed with disappointment, and said, "That does not look terrifying at all. I should have imagined the spikes to be much sharper." Bedwyr grew red at her comment and replied, "The spikes are sharp enough. Look at the blood that still clings to them." "But it is so small," said Ember. "Are only children and women its victims?" Bedwyr grew redder still and replied, "Of course not. The Maiden has devoured many men." Ember shook her head and said to the king, "I do not believe it. Surely no warrior could fear this thing. A man like yourself, tall and muscled, would not fit within." The king laughed, saw a way to prove the merit of the Maiden to Ember. "I will show you how easily a man like myself could fit," he said, and with that he stepped into the device. But Ember was waiting, and no sooner had Bedwyr squeezed himself into the iron casket that Ember slammed it shut on him. Ember took the Maiden, with the screaming Bedwyr inside, through the castle and down into the city, and the people, finally free from the king's tyranny, cheer and dance to the singing that echoed through the streets, till Bedwyr was dead, and it finally stopped. A tale often told in the Singing Maiden Tavern.
Blessings upon you, Herald of Andraste.
Tell you what, instead of cutscene and then going out for a break, let me take the break and we can come back with some momentum from this cutscene. Let it carry us forward. You just got here, we're just getting started. Haven't quite finished the introduction, but we're on the cusp. The game begins now. I welcome you all again. Gonna take about 10 minutes here, 10-12 minutes. Go check on the dogs. Stretch, maybe grab another quick bite to eat. I hope you'll all stay. Got 6 more hours today, and I'll see you real soon. Cheers.